I envision my son getting older and pulling up, kicking it with me on some grown man shit, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to have them time, man, while I was old and we just kicked it and we talked about what we did. This chair I'm sitting there alone, I don't wish this on nobody,
Right.
man. Like I honestly
sleep on the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning, put a blanket over him. And now I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him breathe.
Yeah, it's been over a year since Rich Homie Quan passed, but the streets still won't stay quiet. People all over Atlanta keep saying the overdose story just doesn't make sense. The latest talk? Some are claiming his unaliving wasn't just a tragic accident. It might have been an inside setup. Someone close to him, maybe even family, could have lined him up. But before diving too deep, let's rewind a bit. On September 5th, 2024, Rich Homie Quan was reportedly found lifeless by his girlfriend, Amber Williams. She said he was foaming at the mouth before she called 911 right away. It was heartbreaking, man. At first, the reports called it an accidental overdose, a deadly mix of fentanyl, codeine, promethane, and THC. The official story painted it like just another sad rapper gone too soon case, quick and clean. But the streets? They weren't buying that for a second. Right after the news broke, fans started questioning everything.
and I can say this, and this is not an excuse, my son never indulged in drugs around me. You got to realize I'm his dad, bro. And I was a disciplinarian. I was strict, structured. So certain things I didn't see. I never saw Quan pop a pill in front of me. I saw him smoke weed. I saw him drink liquor. But certain things I never saw him do. But in my mind, I knew when he was higher than normal. And I would address it with him. I used to tell him like, hey man, whatever you going through in life, your ass ain't in a pill bottle or liquor bottle, man. I used to tell
people were like, wait, wasn't Quan getting clean? Was he really using like that again? Then things got wild. Suddenly, Young Thug's name started floating around in whispers. Rumors spread that maybe Thug had something to do with it, and folks ran with that story for a minute. It made sense to some because of their history. They were tight back in the day, real brother-type bond, until something caused the fallout. But when fans dug deeper, it became clear it wasn't personal beef. Even Young Thug spoke out saying the industry was pulling strings, keeping them apart, playing puppet master behind the scenes. Once that hit the streets, people started realizing Thug wasn't behind it at all. One fan even posted, "Thug loved Quan and Woody. They cared too much to hurt each other." Another said, "Thug and Quan were like Shaq and Kobe. They made pure fire together." That shut down the Thug theory real quick. But it also left everyone wondering, if it wasn't Thug, then who really did it? And this is where things start getting real dark. Fans and insiders began whispering about the people closest to Quan. How could something like this even happen unless someone on the inside played a part? Someone Quan actually trusted. Now that the case files have been reopened, those whispers are turning into loud talk on the block. The word out there is, maybe somebody in the family lined him up. Quan's father is still deep in pain to this day. Whenever he talks about that night, the way his voice cracks and his eyes water, you can feel how tight their bond was. To him, Quan wasn't just his son, he was everything he never got to be.
The people that stay in the house.
Name?
Quick.
Quick. So you Quick's friend?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't remember what time you arrived?
No. I have no idea what has transpired before or after.
Quan's pops grew up without a dad, so he made it his mission to always be there for his boy, every step of the way. That connection ran deep. Quan leaned on his dad for everything. He shared his wins, his struggles, and his private battles. So when his father got that call saying his son supposedly died from an overdose, something in his gut screamed, no way. He knew his son better than that. Sure, Quan might have smoked or had a drink now and then, but popping heavy pills, that wasn't him. That's why the word foul play started circling real fast. Quan's father made it clear he doesn't buy the overdose story. He said it just doesn't match who his son was.
And so would you say that during that time period, you and Thug were really like close friends, or was it just like a convenient musical relationship and Birdman was really the thing that was keeping y'all together?
No, that was my dog.
Right.
Definitely my dog. Birdman wouldn't keep me together. Shit, I met Bird through Thug.
Right.
I wouldn't have met Bird if it was you know what I mean?
And then came the talk about the toxicology report. People noticed it dropped way too quick. Usually those tests take time, blood work, lab checks, verification, all that. But this one, it came back lightning fast. That's when folks really started side-eyeing the whole thing. Something felt off, way off. And when you add that to what Quan's dad said about his son never being into pills, the idea that this was foul play started catching serious traction. Now let's break down what really went down the morning Quan died. Amber Williams, Quan's girlfriend, was the one who found him unresponsive that morning. Reports say he was foaming at the mouth and she called 911 right away. But here's where it gets strange. People online couldn't stop talking about how calm she sounded on that call. Some even said she came off like she was ordering food instead of reporting an emergency. She even asked to loop Quan's dad into the call, which threw people off, especially considering the timing. Street detectives online started side-eyeing that whole situation. Nobody's jumping to accuse her straight out, but folks are wondering, how did she stay so calm in that moment? And the timing had people even more confused. She reportedly just got back from dropping the kids off at school, but by then, those crucial first few minutes were already gone. That detail got the internet buzzing with one big question. Did she know more than she let on? Then there's Quan's brother, Andre. When footage and interviews surfaced, they showed him being the one who actually found Quan on the kitchen floor with food still in his mouth. But instead of calling for help right away, he moved Quan to the couch. That move had people talking fast. Some in the streets were calling it suspicious, like, why move him if you thought he could still be saved? And things only got weirder after Quan's passing. Andre was spotted online wearing Quan's clothes, even posting laughing emojis. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Then came rumors saying he was trying to sell obituaries and allegedly hit up Future about a collab just days after Quan's unaliving. So naturally, fans started asking, did he already know his brother was gone? Did he take photos for someone? Was this all part of some inside setup? Those questions never really went away. But lately, the spotlight's back on Andre and everyone who was around that day, including Amber and a woman named Kia Brown, who was randomly there that morning. Reports say Kia acted nervous when the cops started pressing her. Some people claim she tried to leave, others said she asked questions about who else was in that house. Something about that whole morning just don't sit right. Now, when you mix in the side pieces and so-called friends jumping on social media with inside info about Quan's habits, the web of confusion gets even thicker. Everyone who was in that house that day, 4 people total, including witnesses who saw Quan struggling, are all part of the mystery now. It's like every piece of the puzzle keeps pointing to something darker. Street analysts caught on to something even chillier. Rapper Hurricane Chris came out saying he believed Quan might have been poisoned. Not an accident, not a bad batch of pills, but something intentional. That statement shook the internet. Suddenly, folks started asking, was this really an overdose at all? Or was this a setup designed to look like one? Then people began connecting the dots and digging into why someone would want Quan gone. Word on the block was that Quan was supposed to testify in a Young Thug-related case. He was finally on the verge of turning his life around, getting clean, rebuilding, and speaking his truth. Some now think taking him out quietly was a way to keep him from saying something in court. That theory, combined with all the family whispers, made the story even messier. And let's not forget about the older Young Thug connection. Fans still remember the wild barbershop incident when Quan's father was shot at in Atlanta. Some of the first theories pointed towards industry jealousy. People couldn't stand that Quan had real structure in his life, a dad who kept him grounded. He wasn't just another rapper running wild, and that rubbed some people the wrong way. At one point, some thought Young Thug might have had a role in it, but when people started digging, that angle crumbled. Thug had nothing to gain, and insiders made it clear he respected Quan deeply. When the news hit him during one of his court sessions, people in the courtroom said he went cold, like he just lost a brother. That's real pain right there. And then enter Birdman, the powerhouse of the industry, allegedly the one who helped bring Quan and Thug together from the start. Even Quan himself once confirmed that connection. So what role, if any, did Birdman really play in this tangled story? But once Birdman saw Quan and Thug growing stronger, musically, financially, and in their overall power, rumors say he stepped in. Fans have been whispering that Birdman might have pulled strings behind the scenes to keep them from becoming unstoppable. With the way people talk about his industry moves, the thought of Quan being lined up by someone close doesn't sound so wild anymore. The chatter online paints a dark picture, a setup, manipulation, and betrayal from someone he trusted. One comment online hit hard. A user wrote, "Man, 9 times out of 10, when I hear Birdman and business in the same sentence, I know it's some BS attached to it." Another posted, "He was the snake in all of this." That kind of talk only added more fire to the rumors. Now all eyes are locked on Quan's tightest circle, his girlfriend, his brother, his own family. Anybody who had access to him, anyone who could have slipped him something, or even knew his daily routine is being looked at sideways. When you mix all that with Quan's father's deep grief and disbelief, the overdose story just keeps cracking apart. His father never believed it was a simple accident, and now neither do a lot of fans. The theory that Quan didn't die from a self-inflicted overdose, but from a setup inside his own circle is stronger than ever. So the question that's shaking everyone right now is this: if the overdose story doesn't line up, then who was really around Quan that morning?